Different HVAC systems.
So there's many different ways. Understanding different pieces of equipment, I've had the opportunity to work on pretty much everything in HVAC from residential. I've worked on ice machines, walk-in freezers, residential applications, and commercial applications as well. Figure out what you enjoy, figure out what interests you most, spend your time getting really, really good at that one thing or two things, and become the expert. That would be my recommendation.
Really quick, before we get into this is a 7-part series that I sat down with Eric Grubbs, who is a professional, a trainer in the HVAC industry, has been in the HVAC industry for 20 plus years. Inside this series, we are going to go over everything from starting at ground zero with no experience to landing your first job in the HVAC world. So if you want to get started and build a career in the HVAC industry, these videos are for you. So stay tuned. Let's hop into it. Now we're going to kind of hop into different HVAC systems, okay? I'm not super familiar with all the different systems. I have a general idea. You have a split system, you have this system. Every house, I feel like, can have a different HVAC system, and then you get into commercial. I don't even know anything about that. Let's go over the different HVAC systems you could expect to see, whether that would be in residential or in industrial or commercial settings.
Absolutely. So a couple of different things when we look at different types of equipment. Like you pointed out, if you go commercial, a whole different set of equipment that you're going to be dealing with. Residential is like what you see at your home. You know, you go outside, you've got if it's a split system, you've got the condenser outside, and then usually in a closet, attic, or crawl space, you're going to have your indoor unit, which usually consists of either an air handler or you're going to have a furnace matched up with a coil. So that's typically what you see in the residential applications. Here in Arizona, as you know, a lot of us have those rooftop package unit. And that just basically means instead of being split, where you've got an outdoor unit, indoor unit, it's all self-contained. The outdoor and the indoor are all in the same cabinet and operates the exact same way. It's just now we just have airflow coming in, airflow coming out. So it's doing the entire refrigeration process, but it's in one big box, if you will. When you get into commercials typically set up the same way with the package units. There are a lot of rooftop package units. If you go by shopping centers, you'll see a rooftop package unit that are a lot bigger because they are for commercial applications than you would see on residential applications. Also, when you get into commercial, if you get into industrial commercial, now you're dealing with systems like boiler systems, where you've got a boiler plant, and maybe it's a steam boiler plant where it makes steam and goes through the pipes, sends it into a facility, and it could be even across the street from the actual facility. It may not even be connected. And it just uses that hot steam to go through coils to condition all the different rooms in those commercial applications. Same with the refrigeration. So we usually have what they call a chiller plant. So you've got a big chiller, it's got pipes that are piped into the facility, you've got different coils, and you've got fans that are being able to transfer heat that way for the cooling applications. They look completely different. However, the principles, the very basics on thermodynamics, heat transfer, are all the same. It's just a bigger piece of equipment and it's got a different application for it. And then lastly, if you get into refrigeration, every one of us has a refrigerator in our house, right? That same refrigeration system that you see in your house, where your outdoor unit, your indoor unit, is all self-contained inside of a basic refrigerator. So you got to have 4 main basic components: a compressor, an evaporator, a condenser, and a metering device to be able to have the refrigeration cycle take place. And the whole purpose for that is we just need to absorb and reject heat, and we use the compressor to change the pressure and temperature so that we can reject all the heat, and then we condense it down into a liquid, send it through a metering device, drop the pressure temperature. Basically, we're priming that refrigerant to absorb more heat, and that's how we're able to transfer it through that entire system. So even a little small refrigeration unit is still doing the same application that you would see on a large chiller type of system. It's just on a way smaller scale.
Okay, so everything Eric just said might have made sense to some of you guys. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but this is the great thing about how complicated or intricate. I mean, it's really not complicated to Eric because this is his thing. But to me, or to any of you who are out there and want to get an HVAC, how many different, everything he just said was like, hey, I don't know anything about it, but these are things that you will learn. Okay, you'll learn either in a trade school or learn in an apprenticeship, or learn once you start working, is these different variables within the different systems.
Yes.
Okay, so it might be confusing to you right now, but this is what you can look forward to learn.
And another thing too, Austin, is that once you get into HVAC and you figure out your niche, it's just like anything else, right? A doctor. If we go to a doctor, your doctor's typically a general doctor. Whatever the condition is, typically they're going to refer you to a specialist, right? Because there's a specialist doctor that's really what they focus on. And what I would highly recommend is, if somebody comes into HVAC, is don't try to be a general doctor, if you will, in HVAC. Specialize in something to make yourself more marketable, because if you get really, really good on a very small niche in HVAC, that's going to open up a lot more doors to you. So whether it's the commercial, industrial, maybe it's control side, maybe you just like to deal with the controls aspect of HVAC. Maybe it's the refrigeration cycle, the compressors, the actual nitty gritty type aspects for how that system actually operates. Maybe it's mini splits. I know people in this market that they do nothing but mini splits. And what a mini split is basically a ductless system. It's where you got an outdoor unit, indoor coil, and it just operates usually by a remote control that they have in the house. So there's many different ways. Understanding different pieces of equipment, I've had the opportunity to work on pretty much everything in HVAC, from residential. I've worked on ice machines, walk-in freezers, residential applications, and commercial applications as well. Not everybody's going to get that same opportunity. Figure out what you enjoy, figure out what interests you most, spend your time getting really, really good at that one thing or two things, and become the expert. That would be my recommendation.
That's very valuable, right? Very valuable. Same with the lineman trade, as far as, hey, you can work on transmission lines, or you can do distribution overhead or underground. You can work in substations. Whatever the case is, yes, I'm a journeyman lineman. I should be able to, or can work on any one of those different aspects. But you have a lot of guys who say, or do, I love working on transmission lines. It's not nearly as complicated. I call it big, heavy, and dumb. It's not dumb, but it is big and heavy. But people love doing that, or people love the intricacies of working on distribution lines. Okay, so you can find your niche, or find what you like doing and it works good for you and do it. And that's how a lot of trades are going to be. So HVAC is no different. It can be overwhelming to think about, wow, there's a lot out there, but that also is a door that you can open and look at the opportunity to specialize maybe in different things. Hey, if I want to just do residential, hey, I'm going to focus on doing residential. I'm going to work for a residential company. Or the other side of that, hey, if I want to focus on doing industrial stuff, bigger pieces of equipment, hey, let me maybe find that avenue and let me go down that lane. So there's a lot of opportunity in the HVAC world, and you don't have to limit yourself to actually only doing one thing. A lot of people see residential because that's a lot what of it is, but everything needs HVAC. And whether that's refrigeration, like you're saying, and coolers, or just heating, ventilation, air conditioning in a big commercial building, they all need it everywhere. So it's a great industry to get into.